Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrible General Health System's Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
Okay, we're here with Coach Jackson, head volleyball coach at Vandebilt High. Coach, let's talk about your program. You're a first-year coach at Vandebilt.
At Vandebilt.
And you're walking into a pretty good traditional volleyball school.
Correct, yeah. So this is actually my 13th year coaching, but I returned back to Vandebilt. I was in Vandebilt 2011 as the head volleyball coach. So this is my return back. And yes, Vandebilt is a well-known volleyball team, very successful over the last 10 years. They've been very successful. Lastly, under the leadership of Coach Greg Castillo, with his 2 state championship and playoff appearances.
Let's talk about your team. I know you weren't there last year, but this year, who you have coming back, and who are some of your key players?
We have a very talented roster. Mackenzie Glenn is a senior. She'll be our setter, one of our setters. Neil Graceberry, she is a right side hitter. She was returning. We also have a middle, Kinley Seaboat, who's also returning, and we also have some defenders, some DS, Ava Rao, Ella Rao, who will be back on defense.
Let's talk about. I like to ask a question about PowerPoints because that's a big, important part of sports now in Louisiana. Who's some of the teams you playing leading up to your district, and who's some of the tournaments you're going to?
We're actually going to Spooktacular, which is right before the playoff pairing. So a lot of good teams are going to be there. But throughout the season, we'll play ESA, we'll play Assumption, we'll play Newman, we'll play Country Day. All good, very day volleyball schools that can give you a lot of PowerPoints, whether you win or lose to them. So that's some of, and then leading into district, our number 1 district rival, Edie White.
Summer programs in volleyball, your kids, did you have your kids together, or did they play other places? And
They played all over. They played for different various AAU club volleyball teams in the area, Rise being one of the top ones. In Thibodaux, they played with LA6. They played with Ignite, Intense, just to name a few. In the area that they played with.
And how's your summer workouts coming? Did y'all had a lot of kids participate in that?
Yes, we had our summer strength and conditioning program that was underway. We went to a couple of team camps where we got to basically just plug in some different players to see what works, see what doesn't work. We went to Assumption team camp, and we had the one here in Houma with Covenant Christian at the Civic Center where we got some very intense and good playing.
In your district, who do you see as a team to beat?
Edie White. Edie White is a long-time rival of Vandebilt Catholic. So, and they'll be good, just as good as they always are.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming today, and we sure appreciate you coming, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we're here with head coach at Vandebilt High School, Tommy Minton. Coach, let's talk a little bit about your team last year.
Well, we were a very young team last year. We had a bunch of, I guess we could call them puppies, that were thrown into the fire. Ended up with a 5-7 record, which was very disappointing for us. And the fruits of that hopefully will be this year when we got 18 starters returning off that team, including a couple of very talented kids that can lead us. So we're hoping that, it's been a long road for a year. They've been reminded of the failures of last year and what we need to improve on, and hopefully we're going to do that.
Let's talk about this team coming up. I know you got a good running back, Coleman, who's been there, seems like forever. He's a young kid, but let's talk about this year's team and what are you expecting? What are some of the key highlights and some of your key players?
Well, offensively, it's going to start with our running game. Jalen is he's rushed for 1,200 yards as a freshman and 1,500 yards as a sophomore last year, so we're expecting big things out of him. But the good thing about it, as explosive as he is, he needs help. And we have 5 returning starters on the offensive line, Actually, we have 6 returning starters because we have a guy that started as a sophomore, and then in the second ball game of his junior year got hurt. So the guy that took his place and started all year and him are battling it out for that position. And so we feel good about our depth and all along the offensive line and the physicality. We're going to a junior quarterback, Jack Chestnut. Jack got 3 starts last year when the senior that we played, Robert Blanchard, was hurt. So he does have some experience, and he's throwing the ball real well in camp right now. So offensively, we're going to have to establish the run, and then we will throw the ball off of RPOs and play action. And defensively, we're going to run a 3-4. We're going to move around a whole lot. We're going to bring a lot of pressure. It's going to be tough, to match up with some of the speed on our schedule. So we're going to try to keep them off balance with a ton of either zone blitzes or man blitzes.
The district again is a pretty good district. Who do you see as some of the teams that you will compete with for the championship?
Well, I mean, Lutcher won the Division II state championship last year on the non-select side. So it starts there. They won the district last year. They come to us on the fourth week of the season, so that's a game that we're definitely pointing towards. Mm-hmm. And I also think that Assumption is going to have a good ball club this year. They got a lot returning, and they especially at the skill positions on offense, they got a lot back. So,
well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck this year, and let's hope you have a great season.
Well, appreciate it. Appreciate y'all having us.